Hello, welcome back to my videos. Today we're going to be talking about judgment. And judgment comes in many forms. It comes in the form of judging other people judging you, and you also judging yourself. And obviously also other people judging themselves. So the word judgment can basically be defined as forming an opinion or evaluation of something. And in whichever way that opinion or evaluation has been formed, there has been more likely than not discernment involved. And using our discernment is something that we use in our day-to-day lives based on our experiences, our knowledge, what we already know to be true and what we believe to be true. And from that, we base our judgment on others and on ourselves. So I really wanted to just touch on judgment today and talk about how through judgment we can sabotage ourselves, not only through just judging ourselves, but also judging other people, but also when we feel like we are being judged by others, we are putting ourselves in a box. We are making ourselves act and be the way that other people are expecting us to be, or the way that we believe other people are expecting us to be. So all this judgment stuff is based on a lot of assumptions, and I've spoken about this book before, but one of my favorite books ever is by Don Miguel Ruiz, and he's written the 4 Agreements, and one of these agreements is never to assume anything, never to make an assumption. And I think with judgment, especially when it comes to other people judging you, assumption really comes into it, because you might be wanting to post something on social media, but you may be putting yourself off from posting that thing because you are assuming that you will be getting judged by other people. And if you're thinking negatively, then you'll assume that they're going to be judging you in a negative manner, which again is just an assumption. It's based on no real facts. It's just you kind of making it up in your head. And this is what we do a lot of the time in our lives. Like, we make things up in our heads and we assume things to be one way or another, but actually it's really just a case of our subconscious mind or our ego making this stuff up just to kind of give us either like a get out clause, or to subconsciously sabotage us, or just something that is able to feed our ego even more and actually not serving us at all. So these assumptions that were made by other people judging us really are not the healthiest things to be thinking, especially when we want to be living to our greatest potential and just being ourselves. Because judgment is like a prison. When you feel judged by other people, and when you allow, this is the big clause here, because you can feel the judgment from other people at times, and you can react in 2 different ways. You can either say, oh, okay, oh gosh, I better not do that then again. I better not be who I truly am because they're judging me for that. Or you can say, I don't care, they can think what they like. Essentially, it's a judgment from them, and it's an assumption from them, and that's based on their experiences, their beliefs, and that system within them. So F what they've got to say, and it doesn't even matter, because I'm not going to let them ruin my day or stop my flow or stop me from being who I truly am. Because this is what judgment does. Judgment, like fear, has a very powerful hold over us if we allow it to. And for me, in my experiences, I have let judgment of others on myself, or just the assumption of others judging me, make me believe that that what I am putting out there isn't going to be received well, or isn't going to be good enough, or isn't going to get enough engagement, etc., etc. And I put that on myself and assumed it, whether it's true or not. It doesn't even matter at the end of the day. Judgment is judgment. You can't stop or control other people's judgment on you. So at the end of the day, you really just have to do what's best for you and not let the judgment or the fear of judgment get a hold of you, get the better of you. So when it comes to other people judging you, I would say it's a muscle you need to exercise and just keep exercising. And the more you exercise it, the less you'll give a shit about what people think about you, basically. So you just take that action, whatever it is, and just keep taking that action, keep going. And if you do receive, negative feedback or someone taking the mick out of you, whatever it might be, just with this kind of stuff, we're all adults here, we've grown up, and it's down to them if they want to judge like that and they want to be like that. So at the end of the day, you're the one still growing and putting yourself out there, or whatever it is you're doing. So you just stay on your path. Don't worry about these other people. And more often than not, judgment from other people really just comes from a lack of something within themselves. So that's all it is. And when it comes to, you judging other people, that's the same thing. It's something where if you're judging someone for their appearance or how they talk or how they move or their weight or whatever it might be, that is a reflection of something within you, because everything in life acts as a mirror. Okay, so if you're judging somebody for looking a certain way, then that is a reflection of you perhaps not accepting yourself for how you really look, or just judging yourself in that reflection of perception in how you truly look. So that doesn't serve you to judge other people. And when it comes to you then judging yourself, which we all do, and we all do far too much, and we're all too hard on ourselves, this is probably the most damaging one, because we are making this story up in our heads, because we don't know most of the time what other people are thinking of ourselves. But when we're making our own judgment of ourselves, we know what we're thinking. And because we can't get away from our own minds, we then get caught up in this story, or the stories that we're telling ourselves about ourselves, like, oh, I'm lazy, I'm too ugly, I'm not worthy enough, I'm not good enough to get or go for what I want. These kind of things don't happen to me. You are judging every little thing. And every time you make a judgment on yourself, you are creating a box that is even smaller and smaller and smaller, and you're not allowing yourself to energetically expand into new areas, into places of passion, things that spark joy within you. When you stop judging yourself, you are literally letting yourself free. And when you also stop letting other people's judgments affect you, you can then say that you are absolutely 100% free within yourself, because you are free to be whoever you like. And when you look at, I was watching Rhythm and Flow the other day. It's like a rap kind of show in the US. And I was just really, really laughing at this show. I love rap and I really, really enjoyed watching it. And it's got Cardi B in it. And on the first episode, like, you know what? Like, these people just don't give a damn about how they come across. They are 100% themselves. It had Snoop Dogg on this show as well, and he was literally just smoking weed on set. And these people, they're not afraid of judgment. Obviously, they're very high up and they've got to where they are through being themselves, But it just goes to show, you know, watching a US version of it where they just didn't give a damn and they didn't care about the judgment. They are who they are and they own who they are unapologetically. And in a weird way, even though who they are might not be for everyone, everyone seems to accept and respect them for it. Whereas if they were acting there all like, you know, worried about what other people are going to think of them, the judgment of other people, then the show wouldn't be what it really is. And it's through people being themselves fully, unapologetically, that is when we can really live true to who we are. Which is obvious really, because if we're true to ourselves, we can be who we are and we can allow ourselves to flourish, allow ourselves to go within our flow, and not go to the beat of somebody else's drum. We are beating to our own rhythm of life in our flow and just doing whatever we want. And it's a journey, you know. We all have felt judged before. We've all judged other people before, and we've all judged ourselves before. But once we can really truly say, sod it, I'm gonna just do me, you will find that other people will start reacting differently to you if they haven't been reacting in a way that you've wanted them to. And it's through just taking ownership of who you truly are, that is when you're gonna then be able to just again flourish in life and be on your right path that's aligned with your soul and spirit within you, and you'll just be a happier, freer being. And who doesn't want to be a freer human being, especially at this time and day and age? So yes, I hope this has inspired you to be you more, inspired you not to worry about other people's judgment, but most importantly, inspired you not to judge yourself. Be kind to yourself, be compassionate towards yourself, but also have a word with yourself if you need to, and just be real with yourself. As I like to say, just be real and no bullshit, and that's it guys. I hope this has helped you. If you needed to hear this today, lots of love, and I will see you soon.